So I think during the weekend that I was with my mom,
Yes.
that was the weekend when my husband was getting married to a pastor.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, fine. Now that she knows that
What is she doing?
she's
about
married
it?
to a married man, and even more that being a woman of God,
Yeah.
what does she say about it?
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Wendy Mothata. Happy Women's Month. Today I am joined by a lady who wrote a beautiful book titled I Got Scammed by My Husband Who Married a Pastor. It is an interesting title. So I suggest that you grab coffee, you grab tea, biscuits, snacks, whatever that you can think of, because I want us to unpack this book. Help me welcome Lesego. Hi, Lesego.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Thank you for making time for us.
Thank you so much for
You
coming
are
through.
so beautiful.
Thank you. You too. Hey, happy Women's Month to you
Thank
too.
you so much. Before we unpack the book, it's so interesting, first of all, and congratulations on publishing this beautiful book.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So please take us through, who is Lesego?
Lesego is a lady from Northwest. I'm from Tshekoeng, and I live in Joburg. I studied in Pretoria. I went to University of Pretoria, and I've been in Joburg for quite some time. I'm such a loving woman, very warm-hearted,
Actually.
friendly.
Yes, you are friendly.
Yes,
That I
and yeah,
agree.
that's me in a nutshell. Yeah.
You wrote a beautiful book. Obviously, the story is painful, and how you got scammed by your husband and all that. So, do I refer to him as your husband or your ex-husband?
He's still my husband because the divorce is not yet finalized.
Okay.
So he's still my husband, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Okay, so I want us to take it back before we can unpack the book and all that, so that we can build on the story.
Okay.
So how did you guys meet?
Oh, we met at some boot camp. There's a place called Kloof-en-Daal. I think it's a nature reserve in Roodepoort, in the west side of Johannesburg. That's where we met. We were invited by a common friend from gym. So yeah, it
Are
was
you a
just
gym fanatic?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So it was just a lovely Saturday morning. He was invited, I was invited, and we were in the same class. And that's how we met. Yeah, that's how the story started.
Yeah. And how long have you guys been together?
So I met him around 2012. So that time it was 2012. So we've been together. We've been together for like 8 years. Yeah.
And then how long have you been married?
We were married for 6 years. Yeah.
Do you guys have kids together or what?
Yes, we have a beautiful daughter together. She just turned 7 actually last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story about me and my husband and our child. Yeah.
Prior to everything that you wrote about in the book, how was the relationship between you two? Was there any red flags that you identified? How was the relationship?
The relationship was fine. So I will take you back to when we met. Oh, he was like such a charming guy,
Was he like those kind of guys who buy you flowers and nice things?
Yeah, he's actually from Congo. So you know how when they come here, they charm you with their ça va, la français. So that's how that's what happened. Yeah, he was very charming, a very good-looking gentleman,
tall,
smelling fresh, looking good. Yeah, and we dated for about 2 years before we got married.
Yeah.
And we got married, but within our marriage, like every marriage has its ups and downs. So I think our biggest challenge in our marriage was him struggling with finding a job in South Africa. Him being a foreigner. I think it posed like some challenges for him, but I'm not saying all foreigners are facing those kind of challenges, because some foreigners are thriving in South Africa. And funny enough, when I met him, he said he was a medical doctor.
Oh.
So, and I have seen him working in a private hospital.
Okay.
So to me, he was a medical doctor.
Yes.
He also worked at some community clinic in Pretoria, called Soshanguve. So, to me, he was a doctor. I fell in love with a medical doctor.
I can only imagine. So are you
Yes.
saying you literally saw him probably at this private hospital working?
Yes, inside. He even actually once sort of like examined my aunt. So one of my aunts was admitted at that hospital.
Yeah.
And while I was there to check my aunt, he was doing his rounds in a hospital as a doctor, checking patients. Yes. So wouldn't you think that he was a doctor?
No. I'm sold right now.
No.
I'm already sold.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, didn't you suspect anything?
To be honest with you, at some times I used to suspect. So he worked here at that hospital, and then he left that hospital, and then he worked at that clinic.
Yes.
So at that clinic, he had some incident where he got arrested,
Yeah.
and
Is this during the marriage now?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, he got arrested, and then he just called me to come help him out. And when I got to the police station, I was like, "What's up? What's happening, babe?
You
Why
were
are
so
you here?"
shocked,
You know?
I think, yes.
And he just told me that no, one of his colleagues reported him
Yeah.
that there was some issues that they picked up, like he wasn't registered on the database of the health. I think
health
it's
system.
HPC.
Oh, HPC, something. I also,
That one.
Yes,
Yeah. So that was the story that he told me, that, hey, somebody reported him because they couldn't find him on the database. And now when I also checked, I was like, but yeah, it's true, your name is not there.
So you are able to check. Any ordinary person can check.
Yes, you can check. You can
okay.
check on their website.
Yeah.
You just put the doctor's name.
So you had to confirm.
Or the practice number.
Yeah.
I had to confirm and ask him, like, but they're telling the truth. Your name is not there. Why not?
Yeah.
And he just said, no, it's because he hasn't paid his annual membership fees. And that's it. Once he pays that, he will be okay.
Yeah.
And I said, then pay them so that, life goes back to normal.
Yes.
And he said, no, it's a lot of money to pay. What? But I said, no, try to pay. Mm-hmm. But to cut the story short, I don't know. He said
Did
he
you
couldn't
bail him
pay.
out? You had to.
I was a wife. Hello.
Yes, yeah.
I had to help him,
And also thinking that, it could be a mistake. I mean, there is no one in the world who would believe that this is actually what my husband is up to.
True, yeah. And then, so then after the bail, then I wanted to find out, like, what's going on, how's the case going,
Yes.
I think he did go to court once.
Yeah.
But then I think at work they suspended him during that court process for him to clear his name. And Mugai never went back to work.
Yes,
so
now he was home
he was
full-time.
told that he was told not to come back to work.
Yes, I think he was dismissed probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so too. So he was at home. And then life went on, and I think and now he went outside South Africa,
Okay.
still practicing as a doctor. So he went to do his medical duties outside South Africa.
Yes.
Like they have those doctors out of borders, something like that.
Yes.
So I think he wanted to join that kind of a setup. So
Yeah.
he went to Mali. So he was traveling in and out of the country. He worked there for some good time, and then
Was he sending money though? Okay, alright.
and that time it was good money, because
Yes,
now he was earning in dollars.
Yes.
Life was good, but that was very short lived. And then he had to come back home. And then now he was home, he was unemployed. So I would ask him, like, okay, so now what are you gonna do?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
how are we gonna
Something
make
needs
sure
to
that
be done. Yes.
And then he was like no longer interested in practicing in South Africa. I think that case maybe traumatized him or what. I don't know. So now he said to me that he want to look outside the medical sector. He want to look at other opportunities outside the medical sector, of which he did.
Yeah.
And he found another good job,
Within the medical sector.
No.
Okay.
Another job outside the medical sector.
All right.
This time around, he was actually a finance manager.
Oh. Listen, would you say you were married to a scammer?
Definitely. When I think back,
Because I'm thinking now he's
Definitely.
a manager. How did he make it? How did he make it happen?
so with this finance manager position, because now he said that he was also like an MBA graduate. He was a doctor with MBA,
Yay.
So and he was very it's smart.
Yeah, he is. I
Very
mean, someone
smart.
to end up in those positions.
Very
yeah.
smart. Like, like the conversations that he would have
Yeah.
with high people,
Yes.
even with like a normal person, but he was very smart, was very intellectual. And yeah, so yeah, I don't even know how he applied for that job, the finance manager job. But to cut the story short, he got the job.
Yeah.
He worked there. And yeah, he was also thriving there. He had
Yeah.
like people that were reporting to him.
Yeah.
Life was good.
So, but then now as a wife, already now there's this, scandal or issue that had already happened of the medical, at that private sector or that
Yeah.
clinic. So now you as a wife now, knowing that this is a lie, obviously he doesn't have the MBA or whatsoever.
By that time, I didn't know.
Oh!
I didn't know that
Yeah.
it was a lie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because to me, when I met him, he was like, yeah, he's a medical doctor. He studied at France. He also did his MBA at vet.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Have you ever seen certificates or something?
no, I've seen some stuff, like some studying material from
Yes,
vets. But the medical stuff, I just could not find them
Yeah.
anywhere in the house.
Yeah.
Because he said he studied at France and he left his stuff at Congo,
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
So I said, okay, fine. There were no issues then because now he was working and everything was fine. So I think our problem started now when he lost this second job.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? And then, the finance job.
Yes, the finance job, yes.
And then he said to me that he was retrenched. So I said, okay, fine. I think it was just before COVID times.
okay.
And, like companies, they were struggling, trying to cut down on the cost. And he told me that he told me that his company was actually like downsizing and they're trying to cut costs. And unfortunately, he was one of the people that had to be let go.
Yeah.
So that's exactly when actually we started having
issues.
serious problems. Because now after that, COVID was like
COVID, yeah.
happening.
So, yeah. Before you guys tied the knots, were there any red flags, things that you have seen that, you know what, obviously we sometimes see them, but you're just like, but I love the guy. So were there any red flags?
I would say they were there, but not like so much and not around his career.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
red flags that were there, they were more on his personality.
Yeah.
It was nothing about the job that he was doing or his qualification. It was just about him as a character.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was sometimes like like those guys who would want to know, where are you?
Yeah.
Like I felt like I had to like inform him about so many like aspects of my
But
going,
you would also think he's caring and whatsoever.
Yeah. And
overprotective, maybe that's the word.
And and to make it even tricky, he was that kind of a guy who would tell you, like, he would give you like his daily schedule, like I'll be there this time, I'll be there this time, I'll be there this time. And that also makes you feel like you also
have
need to share because he's doing that. You feel like it's fine. Why not do the same? So that was the only things that I didn't like. Because I felt like, okay, yes, he has a right to know my whereabouts, but to what detail? I think that's another thing that as women we need to be very. We need to ask ourselves, like, do you really need somebody in your life who would want to know your every move, whether it's a husband or not, boyfriend, husband? Ask yourself, are you okay with it, and to what level? Because sometimes I feel like, as a wife or a girlfriend, you are put in a position where you feel like you're obliged to share like every detail of your life. I'm going to see my sister from my sister. I'm going to see a colleague from a colleague. I'm going to see a friend
around 11 or whatsoever.
Is it necessary, Wendy? Like, would you?
I think to some extent I would, but not to literally, as long as it's not something that puts me in a situation where it's a must. If it's on me, I think that I wouldn't have any problem. If I'm the kind of person who feels like, today I'll be doing this, but it's not something that I kind of do. I don't feel like,
It's not a problem, but for me, I think it's just the details, because I think sometimes we take it so lightly. Maybe you just tell somebody like on a higher level that, hey, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
But somebody might expect you to say, I'm going to work.
Oh,
I'll be there at 8. I'll take lunch at 12. I'll be back home at 5.
And the next thing you're not home at 5.
5. That is a problem,
Yes,
so those are the things that
No.
I didn't like about him. on his personality side,
Yeah.
but on the career and the job,
It was so bright.
I didn't see anything wrong at all.
Yeah. So after you guys got married, did you visit his family? Did you go to DRC?
No, I haven't been to DRC, but then
Yeah.
his family, they are actually here in
Around.
South Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
So his sisters are here in South Africa. They do have a home not far from here,
Where
actually.
we are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They are like in the west side of Johannesburg, and the family is around. The only people that were in Congo, it was his mom and dad.
Okay.
But they used to visit a lot, and they
Yeah.
would stay for like, when they're in South Africa, they would stay like a month or two. So
So have you ever met the parents?
yes,
Oh, yeah.
I
'cause
took them like my parents.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
they've met my parents as well. So it was on a family front. Everything was perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything was perfect. Like, I just saw them as my family.
Yes.
And I also thought that they saw me as their family. But if you read the book,
Yeah.
you will realize that no, that was not the case.
That was not the case.
Yeah.
So do you regret marrying this man?
I would say, you know what, I feel like, of course, I feel hurt. I
Yeah.
feel disappointed. I feel like my time was wasted.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like,
very important. Yes,
I could have been with somebody who would have treated me better, somebody who wouldn't have lied to me,
Yeah.
somebody who would have been honest to me about himself. Because, after him losing that job that he had at the finance company, now he had to be at home and look
yeah.
for like other opportunities and other jobs. And then he was trying something. I think he now started to get into like this
Forex
PPE.
trading,
No, like this because now it was COVID. Now he was trying to supply like the health, the masks,
sanitizers,
the
what.
you know.
Okay, but I
The
think he
COVID
was a
stuff.
man who always made plans, made things
Exactly.
happen.
You see?
I mean, he was a hard worker. The way I'm
He was
seeing
a
things.
hustler, hey?
Yeah, he was a hustler.
So that's what happened. So and he was doing that a lot. And I just saw him like the way you were saying, like he was a man who was always trying, and I believe that he was trying. But
I mean, who doesn't love, sorry to just cut you like that, who doesn't love a man who hustles and tries to make things happen at home?
yeah, because I mean, as a woman, you would think that, hey, at least he's trying. That's what I also thought, that at least he's trying. But then unfortunately, he struggled a whole lot. Like, I think there were a lot of PPE suppliers out there. So, I mean, it wasn't like an easy business to be in because everybody was just selling.
Everybody was jumping in that kind of
Yeah.
business at the time.
Yeah.
So I assume you didn't have a baby before him.
No, I didn't have, So I only have one child with him. That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So you penned down this painful story. Can you please take us back to the day I don't know if you saw it somewhere, you saw the pictures of what, the day, or whether you heard it from someone, the day you really found out that, okay, my man is gone.
Okay, so what happened is, like I said to you that he was now at home trying this PPE thing and it wasn't working. And he just told me that his family, they've asked him to come home in Congo, especially his dad. His dad said, hey, he would like to have a one-on-man conversation with him so that he can advise him and try to even help him maybe find a job in Congo or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So the advising couldn't be done on the phone.
No, they were, funny enough, during the time, just before he left, they were calling him like crazy.
Oh.
But now that I think back, I think I
Like,
know
it
why they
makes
were calling him.
sense, yeah.
They were calling like a lot. He was always on the phone with his family having like conference calls. And I'd be like, what are you guys discussing?
Yeah.
And he would just say, no, they're concerned about my unemployment in South Africa. And they're trying to advise me. They are trying to help me so that I can get out of this situation and
yeah.
be back on my feet so I can help my family, you and baby girl.
Yes, yeah.
And them as well. So I bought his story. And then, so now we had agreed that it's fine. Your dad wants to see you. Go see your dad. Have that talk.
Yes.
And then once you
You're
guys
probably
have
thinking
spoken,
it would do him good.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. So I thought that once they have that discussion, then me and him, we will see how we can manage. If maybe it's a matter of him working in Congo or what we're going to do, we will talk about it after that discussion, And we planned the trip that he was going.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. I helped him pack.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everything was just like okay because it wasn't his first time to have to travel to Congo.
Yeah.
He would go like, but not a lot.
Yes.
He would go like maybe once in maybe like 3 years.
Yeah,
Then he would
yeah,
go and
yeah.
then he would come back. Not a lot, yeah. But so we had agreed that he had to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just happy because he said he was just going for a week, maximum 2 weeks, and he'll be back. So, and then we packed for him,
Yeah.
and everything was fine.
Did you even take him to the airport?
The only thing I didn't do because he left like at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, yes.
And you know, with the baby, like I
Yeah.
felt like he actually said, "No, don't worry, babe. I'll call Uber." You know, you don't have to drive so
Yeah.
early. You know, especially with a child, because by
Yeah.
the time.
The baby was very...
And with COVID as well, I
Yeah.
didn't have a helper. Trying to cut costs where we could, yeah. So he left, and yeah, everything was fine. We were talking when he got there.
Yeah.
I asked him, "How was your flight?"
Did you guys do
know?
video calls?
Yes.
Okay.
We used
Everything
to.
was normal.
Everything was normal. Everything was normal, and then the painful stuff started now, hey? And then, so while he was in Congo, I had traveled to my hometown. I went to Mafikeng. So went to see my mom, went to see my family just to like have that. Because you know, once you know your
Yeah.
partner is not around, especially
feel like,
your
okay,
husband.
let me just go
yeah,
home. Yeah.
it's so boring
I
and
know.
that gap. So I feel like let me rather go home. So I was at home. I spent like just a weekend, and when I came back to our house, I think I got back. It was on a Sunday evening. Everything was fine. We even spoke. I told
Yeah.
him, "Hey, babe, we're home.
Yes.
Everything is good. My family, they're okay."
Yeah.
He was happy. Everything was okay. That was Sunday. And on a Monday morning, then I got news from one of my neighbor. Actually, they were like, "Hey,
One of your neighbor here.
yeah."
Oh.
They were like, "How are you? Where were you?" Because I didn't tell them that I'm going.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
I just
yes. Yeah, you just,
just
left.
went, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think during the weekend that I was with my mom,
Yes.
that was the weekend when my husband was getting married to a pastor.
pastor, yeah.
Imagine that. Yes. So when I got back, then I think my neighbors and the people who saw the
pictures,
pictures
yeah.
and what, they thought that I was with him there in
Okay,
Congo. I
yes.
said, no, I didn't go to Congo for the wedding.
Because you were not even around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to cut the story short, somebody came to my house. They were like, "Where's your husband?" I said, "No, he's gone to Congo." "To do what?" "No, he's looking for a job."
So before this person comes to your house, you were still talking with your husband?
Yes.
Oh.
And she just gave me her phone and yeah,
She showed you the pictures?
showed me the pictures of my husband in a big fancy wedding.
Yeah.
Like big fancy wedding. You know?
So how did that now make you feel? How was your reaction?
Oh, you know, if I didn't faint on that day,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever faint.
Mm.
So yeah, I was hurt. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put a strong face. I was very hurt. I was very disturbed. I was, yeah, I like, even now when I talk about
Yeah,
it, you
yeah,
know.
the
Yeah, the
emotions
memories,
do come back
they
and the
come back,
memories,
yeah.
yeah. And
So-
where was your daughter at the time when you were seeing all these pictures? Were you able to tell her, Daddy's doing this, like, what was happening?
So at the time when somebody came to tell me, she was at school, but a lot of people now they were coming to tell me,
yes,
you
yes,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like a funeral, you know,
Yeah,
when
so
people
people
come,
were just coming
you know,
in, yeah.
somebody bringing you flowers, the other one bringing you a meal, the other one just like, "Oh, can I help here and there?" You know.
Oh, shame.
So it was like a funeral or something like that, you know. So yeah, you know, a child they pick up like, no,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something
yeah.
happening in the house. What's happening, you know? And I had to tell her at some point.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
to tell
yeah.
her, you know. So I told her we just took a walk, and I told her that, listen, I don't think your dad will be coming soon.
Yeah.
You know, just to manage your expectations. And she cried.
Oh, no.
Just like I also cried when I heard the news, and yeah, I just had to comfort her. But I must say it wasn't a nice experience. Like
Not at all.
it was bad. Yeah.
Sure. So already by the time you told your family that this is what's happening, your mom is just worried.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So my mom was actually I didn't tell my family right away, to be honest.
You were still trying to digest the issue.
Yeah. I didn't I think I took like a week, before I
tell
could
them.
tell them.
Yeah.
And I did tell them eventually. And yeah, they were just shocked.
Did you confront your husband?
Funny enough, even after I saw the wedding, his wedding
Pictures, yes.
pictures, we still spoke as
Oh.
husband and wife.
Okay,
So
was he normal?
Yes, because after people told me, after I saw what he did,
Yes.
I just gave him that benefit of a doubt, like for him to tell me
Yeah, okay.
his
So
side
you
of the
just
story.
kept quiet about the issue, you didn't say anything?
Yeah, for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking. And I was like, now that I knew, like, I was like really looking at his eyes when we were
Yes.
video calling,
Yeah.
trying to check what's
No
happening.
ring.
He had a ring,
Yeah.
and I saw that it was, it's not our ring. It's not the ring that he had
Oh,
when we got married. So he would talk, but then he'd like hide his hand, like he would like.
Yeah. So what color was the ring that he got from your wedding?
So he was wearing like a silver band,
Yeah.
but the one that I saw, it
Yeah.
was like a gold.
A gold band. Yeah.
So, and he would like hide it. So I'll be like
That's how
hoping that
yeah.
he will tell me, but he didn't say anything, Just dragged the story for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But then I got to a point where I was like, no, like enough now, But before I confronted him, I started digging on the other side, like trying to find out who's this new wife.
So, yes.
Like where she's been,
Yeah.
So remember, she's a pastor now.
She is a pastor.
So I had to go online, search her church, and
So at the time you knew her name.
so the person who told me, a lot of people now they
What's
were
the name of
telling
your
me,
husband? Is it wrong to?
No, his name is Kevin.
Yeah.
Eh?
What's
His name is Kevin. Yeah. His
Yeah.
surname is Kasia.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Shame the devil, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We started digging about the new wife.
yeah, I started digging about the new wife, and I found her family members' details on their website.
Website. So is it like famous people?
Yeah, it's like big church. They have
Yeah.
like churches. Even here in South Africa, they have branches.
Oh.
In Congo, in Canada, in
no.
Cote d'Ivoire, like
Yeah.
those French-speaking countries.
Yes,
It's a big.
no, that's a lot.
So what happened? I started asking about her family members, and then I managed to speak to her sister. I was like, "Hey, sister, this is Lesego from South Africa. I'm Kevin's wife.
Yeah.
Do you know about me?
Yeah.
How did this marriage happen? Did Kevin's family tell you about me?"
Yeah.
And
So now you're talking to the sister of the new wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh no, they didn't tell us that he's married. His family just said he's got a daughter with a South African lady, and that's about it." And I was like, "No, that is not true."
Yeah.
I told her that is not true, and I've sent her pictures of our wedding pictures.
Yes.
I sent her pictures of our home.
Yeah.
Showing
You
her
sent
that,
to the lady.
Yes.
Did she reply? Did she say anything?
Yeah, we actually had a good chat,
Yeah.
me and the bride's sister. The only thing I didn't like about what she said to me, she was like, "No, I must keep it hush hush.
Yeah.
Like, I mustn't go to social media about it.
Yeah.
Because her sister, she's a brand. She's also a gospel singer.
Oh, no,
You
it's
know?
getting intense. Yeah.
So she said, no, her sister, she's a gospel singer and prophetess / pastor.
Yes.
So now if I go to social media, it might ruin her
What's the
reputation.
name of the new wife?
I think let's not mention her
Okay,
name.
it's the name.
It's in
there.
the book.
Okay, guys, it's in the
Yes.
book. We still want to
Yes.
talk about the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they were like, no, let's just
Yes,
sort it out
you don't
ourselves.
have
Don't
to-
go to
yeah,
social media.
yeah.
And actually, okay, I said, okay, it's fine. You guys will ask them what happened, and you'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Gave them about 2-3 days. They didn't
So at
say
the time, you are not saying anything to the husband.
not
Okay.
yet. By that time, I was still quiet. And fine. That sister, she didn't come back to me, and then now I started fuming, I was getting
Yes,
angry, I was getting upset, all the emotions, they were like, I felt like, these people, they were taking me
for granted.
for crap, I was like, what do they think they're doing? Like, I felt dismissed, like, I felt like I've just been put aside and being told to
life goes
shush,
on the other
like
side,
you put a child in a naughty corner and you say, keep quiet. And I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah.
So I also started, before I went to social media, that sister, I think they told my husband's family and him that, hey, Lesego knows,
Yeah.
And now he came to me.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Okay.
This monkey. Now he comes to me
Yeah.
and he's asking me, oh, did you call somebody? Did you speak to somebody at Congo? Did you speak to somebody at church?
What does that even mean?
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, no. Just like put a straight face. I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So they sent him the pictures that I sent them, like our wedding pictures.
Yes.
They sent the pictures to him.
Yeah.
So now he was like, he was just confused. Like, how did they get these pictures? Because it's our family stuff. It's only the family who has this
pictures. Yeah.
And now he was like, he was just caught.
But did he think you'd keep that a secret?
Honestly, Wendy,
Yeah.
I don't know what was the plan. Maybe the plan was fine. Maybe they thought that I won't find out about the wedding. Number one. Number two, I'll find out about the wedding, and maybe I'll just keep quiet and be like a little small girl who you just tell her to keep quiet.
Yeah. So, but what was his response now when he knows that you know?
He couldn't say anything. He was just like, like mumbling,
Yeah.
He couldn't say anything. And I got mad, I was like, you know what? I don't want to listen to you because whatever that will come out of your mouth will be a lie, So I just decided, let's just cut it there. And, I cried for days. I sorted myself out. And then once I felt like I was a little bit stronger, and then I started talking about it. I told people that, no, you know what, guys? That pastor of yours married a married man. I started showing all the information on social media.
Yeah.
Everything, our wedding pictures, everything, and funny enough, eventually I spoke to the lady, like via WhatsApp, the new wife, the pastor. I told her that, hey, congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah.
But you should know that you are married to my husband.
Yes.
Just read, because we were talking on WhatsApp.
Yes.
She just blue ticked me and she blocked me.
And do you think she knew about you?
You know what, hey?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think she knew. I definitely think she knew.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't said a word. I've got a lot of videos online about this thing, but she hasn't said a word. But maybe I'm expecting too much from her. She doesn't have to say it. But the fact that it's out there, actually, I don't know. Some people, they say she knew. Some people say she was also scammed.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay, fine. Now that she knows that
what is she doing?
She's married to a married man, and even more that being a woman of God.
Yeah.
What does she say about that? Like if she goes there to the pulpit, what does she say when she preaches? When she preaches about marriage, when she preaches about
even when advising young girls.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what we do at church.
Yeah. And I'm sure they listen to her. Like as a leader in the church, they listen to her. So. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't know, but now she knows.
Yeah. So, do you think your husband owes you an apology? Or did you even get it?
So, you know what? I didn't get an apology. But we did have conversations. Now we were having legal conversations.
Okay.
We were talking through the lawyers.
Yes.
And, like he's just not saying anything. He's just not saying anything. And the sad side of this story is that, marriage it's not easy to dissolve marriage.
No, it's not, yeah.
So I would just like to advise ladies out there, like when you get yourself into a marriage,
even
if it's customary marriage, even if it's like civil marriage, you need to really understand the implications of you getting into that contract, because when you are married, more even worse when you are married in community of property.
Is that what's happening to you?
Yes.
So you own all this together?
Yes,
Oh,
you know,
you can't even sell it.
without his signature. I can't.
You can't.
And I can't say to the bank that, hey, I'm going to stop paying because
No.
I've
What's
been
gonna happen
paying
to you and your
for 2
daughter?
years already
Yes.
by myself. The other co-applicant is not paying for his share.
Yeah.
The banks, they don't listen to that.
They don't even care.
All they want is
It's their money.
not just the money. If you're married, they want the divorce decree.
Oh, yes, you are right.
They want that. And if you don't give them that, it's your debt.
It is.
It is your debt.
And
you must
are South
see to
African
it.
to even put the cherry on top.
Yeah.
So, with this book, where can people find this book?
Okay, for now, this book, I'm selling it on my own. So they just have to WhatsApp me on 067 686 2280, or they can check on Amazon.com. They can just search with the title. Just search, I got scammed by my husband who married a pastor. And then you'll see it on Amazon. You can buy like an ebook, like a Kindle, or you can buy a paperback. But if you are within South Africa, just send me a WhatsApp. The book is $290, including delivery.
Okay.
So I can just courier the book to you and enjoy the book, hey?
Yeah.
So it's a very good book that all I'm saying here is I'm just encouraging women to, like if you've been hurt, you've been disappointed, you've been depressed, you've been abandoned, you've been lied to. I just want to give hope, to other people out there to say that, yes, it is painful, it is difficult, but don't lose hope. You can still get out of the situation and start over.
Yeah.
That's all that I'm doing. Like
look
now,
at you. It doesn't even look like you have been through this painful
I have been.
phase. Yeah.
This is month 8 now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
the first 3 months, they were horrible.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like you're married to somebody and they just disappear on you.
And also being used to being with this person.
Oh my gosh.
At home.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did the book help you now as a person?
So for me, the book, actually the intention was not to write the book. I was just writing, I was just like offloading. So it was like, I started writing, putting notes on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I moved the notes from the phone to the
journal?
laptop, you know.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was on page 20. So I thought, you know what? Let's just keep on writing.
Yes, let's keep doing this. Yes.
And then I wrote until I got to, how many pages do I have here? But about 117 pages. And I decided to look for a publisher and I published the book.
Yeah.
And it helped me a lot because I had to read this book like more than, I don't know, 15 times, like
to
read it,
sure.
review,
Yes.
read it, review. And as I was reading it, the pain that I was going through, because it's like, I had to like revisit the moments.
You have to revisit
like
everything.
The good and the bad when I met him.
Yes.
And when I, like when I found out about, the book, it really, it helped me with healing actually, because I felt like I was telling a story to somebody many, many times. And with sharing, you do heal. So I'll also advise people that when you're going through issues, like talk to people.
Yeah.
Don't keep your issues inside and don't feel bad, especially if you know that you haven't done anything wrong. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our first time living this life.
Yeah.
It's not like it's our second time around.
Yes.
So just take it like, this is life. Yeah.
So now what can you say to a young girl like me who is not married and whatsoever? What advice would you give them, as specifically on the part of knowing your partner before, what is it? I mean, I don't know. You didn't even suspect anything.
No.
But what is it that you can tell all these young ladies?
For me, I would say to the young ladies, and I'll just say that, like when you meet somebody, try to, I don't know, maybe at first you need to be honest with yourself as a person. Like be honest so that the other person, they know who Wendy is, and then let's also look out for the other person's, like their character, somebody can come to you, they say, hey, my name is Tabo, Zipo, whoever, but then try to get to know the person better, like try to know their Tabo like a little bit more, and when people come to our lives, it's like a sales pitch. They only show you the good stuff. But as you're in a relationship, you will see that, hey, actually this person, I don't like this about them. So I would say that, as a woman and a young lady, if you see those little small things, like maybe he shouted you, he doesn't like you coming late from school or from work or from wherever, things like that.
Yes.
Talk about it and address them immediately. Don't think that they will go away, and don't try to give in for the sake of peace. Don't say, okay, no, I'll come home on time next time. I'll make sure that every time you call, I pick up my phone. For peace sake. No, don't do that.
Yes.
Address those issues, because if you don't, they build up, and you as a woman as well, you become that person. It's like you are now living in somebody else's
bubble or whatsoever.
You try to please them for the sake of peace. So I would say to young ladies, don't do that. Be yourself and address issues as you see them. And I also like to speak to the gentlemen as well. I would say to men, be honest about yourself. If you know that you have your weaknesses, maybe you've got a short temper, be honest that, hey, I've got this weakness, I've got this problem, and we see what we can do about it. If it's something that can be resolved, then you as a lady, you decide, do I stay with this guy or do I leave?
While you know all these things that he has presented to you. Do you feel like you could have done things differently?
I think so. Definitely. I think so. I feel like I was just saying that sometimes we see things, and then sometimes you sort of like manage them incorrectly, like for peace sake,
We love peace sake.
But it's not always good. So I would say for me, definitely, if I would have done things differently, maybe I would have managed those small little things. Those small little things of somebody whining about you taking long at gym, whining about you taking long at work, whining about you missing his calls, things like that. Because sometimes, especially when we married, you just like, there was traffic, because you feel like you don't have to explain yourself. But I think by that time, you just need to sit him down and say, hey, what is your problem? What is your problem with me taking an extra hour at gym? We need to address them, and you need to face these issues like really face on. Don't try to just soften them up and put them under the carpet and think that no, he wants to know. He wants to know, but also ask him what is the problem really? What can we address the real issue so that we both know what the issue is? Because sometimes men, they don't actually say the real thing. Maybe he's just feeling insecure. But he's not saying that.
He's not saying it. It's indirect. It's indirect. Stories.
So I'll say to women that, be honest to yourself as a woman, and be honest within the relationship. If you see things that you don't like, don't waste your time. Speak about it, manage it. If it's things that cannot be resolved, walk away. Walk away. Don't waste your time with issues that are not going anywhere. But nonetheless, if things do happen and they don't go well, don't kill yourself. It's not the end of the world.
I mean, I wanted to come to that point. I mean, from I don't know if I should just say where we come from in terms of villages and whatsoever. If you are married, next thing it's not working out, it's so hard to go back home and be like, it didn't work out. Instead, you end up staying in that marriage.
So, which is not right, eh?
Which is not right. Yes.
So I think we also need to address that issue with our family members, because as I was
are
talking
we getting
about
it in this book aspect where we are talking about failed marriages?
There is that piece, but I also like us communities to break that that chain of when somebody is coming from a failed marriage, now we look at them like, there's something wrong with them. No, there's nothing wrong with them. So what we need to do, we need to welcome them and actually try to just support them, Coming from a failed marriage, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. I might look pretty on the outside,
no, you are really pretty.
But it's not that easy. Number one, just getting your life back to
Yes.
your own routine
Yes,
before you
yes,
met the
yes.
person, before you
And
met
when
to
it
the
was
person.
yes, it's not like you got married this year, next day it doesn't work out. Yeah.
That's why I now understand why there's separation before divorce, so that people, they can go. It's like it prepares you, whether you want to fix the marriage or you don't want to fix the marriage.
Yeah.
So in my case, I didn't have that
No, you
separation
didn't.
phase.
Yeah.
It was like
It went
cut,
straight to that's it. Yeah.
and I had to be on my own. I had to sleep alone.
Yes, I can imagine.
It wasn't easy,
Yeah.
I had to be a single mother,
yes,
take my
yes,
child
yes.
to school,
You
take
have
care,
to do everything on your own
now I
now.
had to be mommy and daddy. So, which is, it's not easy.
It's
so,
not, yeah.
I'll just say to women that when you've been in a relationship or a marriage that didn't work, don't. It's not the end of the world, really. A failed marriage doesn't mean that you failed as a person. No. It's just a chapter in your life, in your book that went the other way.
Yes.
But there's a whole lot that you can still enjoy in your life. Pick yourself up and carry on with your life. Another thing I would like to say is, as ladies, like, we need to invest more in ourselves, more in our careers. Because imagine now they leave you, you don't have a job. You don't have any income. You have a 6-year-old child here to feed.
And also this that you need to pay for at that time.
The dads, I must still pay the bank for the house.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes.
And there's so many aspects to marriage. Like now that he just left, like he even left his car, he left his clothes.
Yes.
So now after some time, because I couldn't pay his car. It was just, I couldn't pay it.
No, you can't pay the house and pay the car. Yeah.
So eventually they repossessed the car.
Yeah.
And there's
You
just so
probably
many
didn't
things.
feel anything at the time.
No, really. I was like, take it.
No, in fact, come take it. Yeah.
But then the point I'm trying to make is, ladies, we just need to invest in ourselves. Go to school and do that course, get a job. And I'm not speaking from a point of privilege.
No, it's not at all.
I'm just trying to say it's actually good for your own.
Yes, it is.
For your own life, because yes, it's good, if a man spoils you, if a man buys you flowers and they pay all the bills in the house, but the minute that man is gone, or the minute that man cannot pay those bills in the house, it's on you as a woman. So you need to ask yourself that before you get into a marriage with somebody, you start buying houses with them, cars with them, having stuff with them. Ask yourself, should this person leave? Would I be able to carry on? Because I think as women, we never get to that topic. We just get excited and you like the nice life. And once the person who was helping you with the nice life is no longer there, you are exposed. You are stranded as a woman. So I would like, as women, now that it's Women's Month, let's take our lives seriously. Let's also teach our children to take their lives seriously. They must go to school. Finish school, look for jobs. Yes, jobs, it's a problem in our country right now. But let's seek for opportunities. Let's try to empower our children. Let's also try to empower ourselves as women, so that when things don't work out, as a woman, you can be able to buy one loaf of bread, you eat, you give your child something to eat as well. Let's not depend too much on men. I'ma bless us. No, it's not gonna get us anywhere.
Is there anything that you'd like to add before we end this interview?
I would just like to encourage ladies to get a copy of my book and just read it, or buy for that friend who's like going through a hard time, that friend who's been depressed, that friend who's been divorced, that friend who's been cheated on, that friend who's been scammed, and that friend who's been rejected by her in-laws or her family members. Just get a copy. And I'm willing to give like 3 free copies to one of your subscribers.
Guys, you're gonna get copies.
Yes, So they must just send you like a story, motivating why they deserve a book. And then to other ladies, I would say, buy the book. The book is so cool, it's fresh. There's even WhatsApp messages in the book. It's a very
guys,
casual book, but it's very detailed. It will really show you, like, you know, the conversations I had with my husband at what time, and yeah,
Everything
and
is
when
just
did he get married,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I'll just say, get yourself a copy of the book and enjoy it.
Yeah,
And yes,
guys.
that's it. Yeah.
Guys, that is the story of Lesego and how she got scammed by her husband. So let's get this book on Amazon, and I'll also put her details so that you can order the book from her, and she will definitely deliver. Remember, it's $2.90.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's $2.90. So I'll also share on my social media. Yeah.
And just to add on to the topic there, the reason I said I got scammed is because, you know, there were times when you know, my husband would ask me for money, saying his family members are sick, his dad is sick.
Yeah. And at
And
the
I
time,
would
you
give,
didn't know anything.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I would give him
Oh, no.
money,
Yeah.
you know, saying, don't worry, babe, when things are good, you will help us in the family. You'll put it back to the family. So I have spent some money
Yeah.
on this marriage, on this husband,
Yeah.
on his lies,
Yes.
saying, hey, his father is sick, saying that what was the other thing? You know, like when he was going through his unemployment time, like there were times he couldn't pay his car,
Yeah.
and I would
You
give
have
him
to-
like some
yes,
money, you know,
yes.
as a supporting wife, you know.
Yes, you
By the
have
time
to.
I was just supporting him.
Your husband, yes.
But now that I look back, I feel like I was scammed by this man.
Yeah.
And then he went and he married a pastor.
He married a pastor. Yes.
Imagine. So that's it, yeah.
So who paid for the wedding? For their wedding?
I think she did, eh? This pastor.
The husband doesn't have money.
He didn't have money.
Yeah. Ladies, let's get this book. Even men, guys, you're more advised to get
Yes,
the book
buy
also.
for your sisters. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Thank you.